This person has cellulite on his arms. Her legs have loose skin. His legs are kind of dimpled. Even native speakers sometimes stumble over their words. My explanation kind of stalled out. He sputtered an apology. After the crisis, the government decided to remove the president from power. After the crisis, the dictator was forced out. After the crisis, the regime was overthrown. I don't want to hang my backpack on the pull-up bar because it might get in people's way.
It might be in the way. I'll put my backpack somewhere else so it's not in anyone's way. I put it in an extra bag in case the container comes open or starts leaking. I don't want it to fall out of the bag. I double-bagged it because there's a lot of oil and sauce in the container. Hopefully the container doesn't come open. How long ago was that? How much time has passed since that happened? How long has my ride been so far? How long have I been riding? I called a handyman to fix the leaky faucet and install a new shelf.
This guy has cellulite on his upper arms. She has some cellulite on the backs of her thighs. He noticed a little cellulite on his stomach. Some people get cellulite on their arms or legs as they get older. The lighting made the cellulite on her legs more noticeable. After losing weight, he had loose skin around his stomach. Her arms have a little loose skin near the elbows. He's trying to build muscle so the loose skin looks less noticeable. She has loose skin on her neck after losing a lot of weight. His legs have some loose skin, but it doesn't bother him. His thighs look a little dimpled in that lighting. Her skin looked slightly dimpled when she sat down. The surface of his legs is kind of dimpled. Some areas of her skin look dimpled, especially near the hips. His arms look a bit dimpled when he flexes. I sometimes stumble over my words when I'm nervous. She stumbled over her words during the presentation. He kept stumbling over his words because he was speaking too fast. Don't worry if you stumble over your words a little. I started to explain the idea, but I stumbled over my words halfway through. My answer kind of stalled out because I couldn't find the right words. The conversation stalled out after everyone ran out of things to say. His explanation stalled out when he got to the technical part. The meeting stalled out because nobody knew what to do next. I had a good start, but my story stalled out in the middle. He sputtered an excuse and looked away. She sputtered a quick apology before leaving the room. He sputtered something about being late because of traffic. The manager sputtered a weak explanation for the mistake. I asked him what happened, and he just sputtered nervously.
The military tried to remove the president from power. Protesters demanded that lawmakers remove the president from power. The opposition wanted to remove the leader from power after the scandal. The court's decision helped remove the president from power. They used the crisis as a reason to remove him from power. The dictator was forced out after months of protests. He was a dictator for years before he was finally forced out. The dictator was forced out by a coalition of military leaders. After the uprising, the dictator was forced out of the capital. The dictator was forced out when his own supporters turned against him.
The regime was overthrown after years of corruption. The old regime was overthrown during the revolution. Many people celebrated after the regime was overthrown. The regime was overthrown, but the country still faced serious problems. The military claimed the regime had been overthrown for the good of the nation. Don't leave your backpack there because it might get in people's way. I moved my chair so it wouldn't get in people's way. Put the boxes near the wall so they don't get in people's way. His bike was blocking the entrance and getting in people's way. I don't want my stuff to get in people's way at the gym.
You should move that bag because it might be in the way. I left my shoes by the door, but they might be in the way. That chair might be in the way when people walk through. The cable might be in the way if someone tries to pass. Your backpack might be in the way next to the bench. I'll put my bag under the table so it's not in anyone's way. Move the stroller to the side so it's not in anyone's way. I parked farther away so my car wasn't in anyone's way. Keep the ladder against the wall so it's not in anyone's way. I'll leave my coat here so it's not in anyone's way. I put the soup in an extra bag in case the lid comes open or it starts leaking. She packed the sauce in an extra bag in case the container comes open or starts leaking. I wrapped the lunchbox in an extra bag in case it comes open or starts leaking. He put the oily food in an extra bag in case the container comes open. I used an extra bag because the container might come open and start leaking. I don't want the apples to fall out of the bag. Make sure the zipper is closed so nothing falls out of the bag. The bottle almost fell out of the bag when I picked it up. I tied the bag tightly so the food wouldn't fall out of the bag. Be careful because your keys might fall out of the bag.
I double-bagged the groceries because one bag felt too weak. She double-bagged the soup so it wouldn't leak everywhere. He double-bagged the container because it was full of sauce. I double-bagged the trash because it was heavy. They double-bagged the food before putting it in the backpack. Hopefully the bottle doesn't come open in my bag. Make sure the lid doesn't come open while you're walking. The container came open and sauce spilled everywhere. I'm worried the box might come open during the ride. Tape it shut so it doesn't come open in the car.
How long ago was that concert? How long ago was that conversation? How long ago was that accident? How long ago was that photo taken? How long ago was that message sent? How long has my ride been so far? How long has my bike ride been so far? How long has my Uber ride been so far? How long has my morning ride been so far?
How long have I been riding today? How long have I been riding this bike? How long have I been riding without stopping? How long have I been riding around the park? How long have I been riding in this car? I called a handyman to fix the broken cabinet. The handyman came over to repair the sink. We hired a handyman to install the shelves. A handyman fixed the door and replaced the lock. I need a handyman to help with a few small repairs around the apartment.